Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Welcome. This is One on One. My good friend and radio colleague, Al Gattullo, host of Al Gattullo Craft Beer Cast, AM 970, Saturdays at what time?
8 o'clock.
What's your thing in beer? Ever since I know you, not only are you a great newsman on the Piscopo in the morning show, right?
That's right.
From when to when is
6
that?
to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday.
What time do you get up for that?
About 3 o'clock.
No joke.
No joke.
You got to be ready.
Always.
Newsman is one thing, but an expert on everything about beer, where'd that come from?
Well, I don't know about an expert. I never want to call myself an expert because there's always a learning experience.
You're an aficionado.
Aficionado. That's a better term. But love drinking beer over the years, and the craft beer scene has had its ebbs and flows. Started in the mid-'80s with Sam Adams, Sierra Nevada, and then moved on in the 90s. They had a big craft beer explosion, and then there was a bubble. It burst. Craft breweries were not as plentiful, let's say.
Right.
In the 2000s, started to come back around again. And in the great state of New Jersey, we started to see a resurgence. A couple of breweries in New Jersey in the mid-'90s were sustaining the beer scene. But then all of a sudden, within the mid-2000s, started to explode, and you started to taste these different things. Anybody can drink a Budweiser or a Coors Light. But in the end, when you want to try something that's fresh, tasty, delicious, makes you want to have more than one, craft beer is the way to go.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Guys, tell me if I could do this. Al just mentioned, excuse me, a couple of beers. I told him that I'm a light beer drinker because, every pound is a problem. So can I say H light? Can I say H light? Everyone knows H, you know what it is. And the other one, if I can't get that, it's the other one with an A.
With an A.
Light.
Light, yeah.
You made a face when I said that
I
to you.
did.
Compared to what you bring in, is my stuff boring?
Yes, I'll tell you why. Because it's chemicals. It's not fresh. It's not straight from the farm right into your beer. That's the difference. It's a better taste, it's cleaner, it's refreshing, and you don't wake up with a hangover the next day.
Whoa, give me the hangover part. I need to hear this.
Well, listen, anything you drink in excess, obviously you're going to have
no excess here, guys.
Right. Moderation. But you want something that tastes good, that in the morning, you're not waking up with a headache. Craft beer does that.
But what?
Because of the ingredients that they put in it. It's not homogenized and processed and over again. This particular beer, for example.
Which one?
This one right here from Screamin' Hill Brewery, okay? It's called Wheat Did You Say? This is all New Jersey, 90% of the ingredients on the farm.
Jersey?
On the farm, right past Six Flags Great Adventure. Can't beat it.
What was the other one, Georgette? What's one of them, Rahway?
Oh, the one in Rahway, that is Wet Ticket Brewing. This guy has a great scene. He's 6 stops off of New Jersey Transit if you're coming in from the city. He's in the old Woolworth building in Rahway, revitalizing Rahway. Rahway had terrible times. This guy makes a great, delicious, fresh beer. There's food options that you can go and get something to eat and come back and sit in the brewery. He is just killing it in Rahway.
By the way, describe the show. When I said Al and our colleagues, not only have I worked with Al on the morning show, but we have check it out. We have a new Sunday, 2 p.m.
That's
you heard about our new show?
Yes, I heard about your new show.
The Leadership
Lessons in
Hour.
Leadership.
Yeah. It's based on our book. And by the way, State of Affairs, our other series is on the back end of that as well. So 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. on Sundays on AM 970. Not that I'm plugging. But your show is a different time and a different focus. Go ahead.
That's right. It's Saturday nights, 8 o'clock. We focus on craft beer. But it's more than craft beer. There's spirits involved. We do talk about vodka. We talk about gin, rum, wine. But not only that, it's the experience. When you're drinking with friends, what are you normally doing?
Talking.
You're listening to music, you're telling stories. That's what we're trying to do. But the other part of the show, it's about small business. Small business is the lifeblood of America. And without small business, you don't have it. You just don't have it. The breweries in New Jersey, all of these people that are represented here on the table, from north to south, all of it is small business. It's about making a better life for themselves, about making a better life for their community. And that's kind of what the breweries are. Like Wet Ticket, as I used an example.
What about the Boardwalk one?
Forgotten Boardwalk.
Forgotten Boardwalk.
They're based out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and it's all kind of that theme of the Jersey Boardwalk, the Jersey Shore, right? So, but more
importantly,
is that
female-owned?
Yes, female-owned.
Just checking.
Community. It's about getting people to come in, sit around. Hey, what's going on in the town? How's things going? It's kind of the old community hall, except it's a brewery now, and you're sitting around and you're having a beer or two, or you're trying the latest thing or whatever it is, and you're having a conversation.
Did you ever think, out of all the years you've been a broadcaster in sports, news, you're one of the best in the business, Did you ever think, and I know you are an aficionado, go back to that word.
Right.
Did you ever think you could actually build an entire broadcast around this theme?
No. I honestly, I didn't.
Did you come up with the idea and go to management and say, I have an idea?
Yes. And the funny part about it was
it our mutual friend Jerry?
Our mutual friend Jerry, who said...
Jerry Crowley runs the operation.
Right.
Go ahead.
But the funny part was that it all started at the community pool at my house.
Get out of here.
There's a community pool in town. So I'm sitting there. It's a 90-degree day. I'm getting ready to go in the pool. There's a little problem. Somebody had an accident. Okay. A friend of mine was coming. He says, what are we going to do? I said, why don't you come back to my backyard? I got a couple of new beers. Let's try them. We go in. We have a couple of beers. I tweet a picture of the beer. This is the power of social media, too. I tweet a picture of the beer. The brewery, who I tweeted out to, 2 minutes later, they start following me, send me a direct message, say, we love that we're getting some East Coast representation. What's your address? We'd love to send you some stuff. I send them my address. A couple days later, I got a box of beer, T-shirts, all kinds of stuff in the house. My friend, same neighbor, says to me, you should do a beer show about it. I completely ignore him. A couple months later, I'm doing some YouTube videos, kind of just talking about the beers that I'm tasting or whatever. Okay. One of our sales guys at work loves it, sees it, goes to Jerry, says, let's do it. We're at our Christmas party. Jerry comes up to me and he says...
Jerry's general manager.
Jerry's our boss. So he comes up to me and he says, Al, I love the idea. Let's get it done. I said, Jerry, it's our Christmas party. Tell me on Monday that you like the idea and I'll do it. He came in on Monday. He says, as long as you can sell it, you can do it. 2 months later, we were on the air.
It's just interesting. You got to do the sponsor thing. You got to bring in the money.
That's right.
So you've learned to talk about business. You've learned to be a really good business person.
I try. Look, I try to be as honest as I can and as forthright as I can with people. I'm going to sell your product, whatever that product is. One of our first sponsors was a guy called Nuts for Drinks. It was nuts specifically tailored towards craft beer. He had 4 different flavors of nuts, and you could pair them with an IPA or a lager or whatever.
Dude, real quick, IPA is?
India Pale Ale, which is one of the most popular styles
What's
in
the
beer.
difference between that and, what did you say, stout?
Stout. Stout is a stout is usually a stronger beer, chocolate, coffee flavors. That's more of a nightcap kind of beer, dessert beer after dinner. IPA is a very popular style, very bitter, great with spicy foods, but a high alcohol content too.
One of the greatest things about you, other than the fact that you are good at what you do and wish you nothing but the best with the show. By the way, Saturdays at 8 p.m., AM 970 The Answer. You were very public about a process that you've gone through in your life to get healthier.
Yes.
After a real health scare.
Yeah.
And dealing with cancer. You had, I can't say it because it's the PBS, you had an amazing slogan, blank
yes,
cancer.
Which I got tattooed on my arm, but we won't tell people that.
Don't show the tattoo.
No, we're not.
Okay. Your positive attitude about life, appreciating life, your health, and everyone around you, where'd it come from?
You know, it came from my mom, to be honest with you. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 13. She had a little bit of a tough go of it and ended up having to go back to work at 54. Had to go back into the workforce and, start working again in New York City. And always remember, no matter what, she got up, went to work, did her job. My dad, the same thing. Got up, went to work, did his job. I always felt like, listen, when you're told that you have cancer, it's scary. It's a scary thing. And I had my little emotional moment, told my son what was going on. My wife knew about it already. She's a nurse. She knew before me. I found out through her. And I said, you know what? You just got to fight it. Whatever it is, you can fight it, you can beat it, and move on. And I didn't ever miss a day of work.
You did not.
I never called in sick. And believe me, there were days I got up and said, maybe I should just stay home and go to sleep. But my motto was, if I could get my legs out of bed and I could get up and go downstairs, I could go to work.
You have no idea how many people you helped through those social media posts that I read every day, and you motivated a lot of people who are dealing, excuse me, out with some tough stuff. Thank you, my brother.
You got it, Steve. Anytime.
All
Thank
the
you.
best. Saturdays, 8 p.m., AM 970. Check that out. And in the mornings as well. What's the guy's name?
Joe Piscopo.
That guy. And Frank Morano.
Yeah, well.
They're good guys. And Debbie on the
Debbie
traffic.
Duham on the
All right,
traffic.
enough plugging. We'll be back right after this on One on One.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Summit Medical Group, Valley National Bank, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, Georgian Court University. NJM Insurance Group, Delta Dental of New Jersey, and by NJ Best. Promotional support provided by Jaffe Communications, where business, media, and government converge in New Jersey. And by NJ Biz, all business, all New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.